There are stories that refuse to stay quiet. Even when files are sealed, names are hidden, and questions are avoided, the truth has a way of returning. This is one of those stories. The Epstein Files are not just about one man. They are about power, secrecy, and a system tested by its own limits. What lies inside these files has shaped years of public debate, legal battles, and unanswered questions. Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy financier with connections that reached into politics, business, and elite social circles. For years, his life appeared untouched by scrutiny. Private planes, luxury homes, and exclusive gatherings painted a picture of privilege without consequence. But behind that image, serious allegations began to surface. According to court records and investigative reports, accusations against Epstein emerged as early as the 1990s. Young women came forward, describing abuse and manipulation. At the time, many of these claims received little public attention. The story did not end there. Instead, it paused. In 2008, Epstein reached a controversial legal agreement in Florida. He pleaded guilty to lesser charges and avoided a federal trial. The deal drew criticism years later, as details became public. Many asked the same question: how did someone accused of such serious crimes receive such leniency? For more than a decade, Epstein remained largely out of the spotlight. But in 2019, the case returned with force. Federal prosecutors arrested him on sex trafficking charges. This time, the world was watching. News outlets across the globe covered the arrest. Past allegations resurfaced. Documents were re-examined. Public trust in institutions was openly questioned. Then, only weeks later, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. Authorities ruled the death a suicide. But the circumstances raised doubts for many. Security failures, missing footage, and procedural lapses fueled widespread skepticism. Once again, questions outpaced answers. After Epstein's death, attention shifted to the documents left behind. Court filings, depositions, and records became known collectively as the Epstein Files. These files did not always provide conclusions. Instead, they provided fragments. Some documents confirmed long-known facts. Others introduced new names, new timelines, and new connections. Many names appeared without formal charges or accusations. It became clear that inclusion in the files did not mean guilt. But it also did not erase public curiosity. Journalists, legal experts, and researchers worked carefully through the material. They separated verified records from claims still under review. This process was slow, deliberate, and often frustrating. Truth, in this case, was not a single answer. It was a collection of verified facts and unresolved gaps. There are conflicting views on what the Epstein Files truly represent. Some believe they reveal a broader network of abuse and protection. Others argue the files show the limits of incomplete evidence. What remains clear is that many questions are still legally unanswered. Beyond documents and headlines, there is the human impact. Survivors have spoken about long-term trauma, loss of trust, and emotional scars. Their stories remind us that this is not an abstract issue. It is a human one. For many survivors, justice is not only about convictions. It is about being believed. It is about accountability. And it is about preventing silence from becoming policy. Experts often describe the case as a mirror reflecting how wealth and influence can bend systems, and how institutions struggle when power concentrates in too few hands. The Epstein Files force society to look into that mirror. In simple terms, this case shows how systems are designed to work, and how sometimes they fail. Like a locked door with too many keys, responsibility became blurred. No single institution stood fully accountable. So where does that leave us now? Some legal proceedings continue. Some records remain sealed. Some questions may never receive formal answers. But public awareness has changed. The Epstein Files have reshaped conversations around accountability, consent, and transparency. They have influenced policy discussions and media practices. They have also reminded the public of the importance of scrutiny. What we know is based on verified documents and court records. What we do not know lies in sealed files, lost evidence, and unanswered testimony. That gap matters. Looking ahead, there are several possible paths. More documents may be released. Further investigations may bring clarity. Or the case may slowly fade from legal focus but not from memory. The Epstein Files are not a conclusion. They are a record of how power, justice, and truth interact under pressure. And they leave us with one final thought. When systems fail the vulnerable, the cost is measured not only in law, but in lives changed forever.